Welcome, everybody, to the Tipped and Stiff podcast with your host, Cade Alvarez and
Jarod Sturridge.
Today, we have a very exciting and lovely guest, Kenosha's own
Tristan Jass.
Welcome. And also, friend of the show,
Young Trench.
Welcome back, Trench.
Hell yeah.
Hi, guys.
It's good to have you here again.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
It's exciting.
Hell yeah, it's my first podcast ever. I get people hit me all the time. Come do our podcast. Come do our podcast. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do it. But I fuck with you guys, so let's get it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, at the show, because that was the first time we've met before. But at the show was when more.
No, I seen you guys. All right, like a year ago when you started doing the show at the frat house.
Mm-hmm.
I seen you guys rocking out, dude. Like one of you guys with your hair was just like, whoa, going crazy, and I'm like, I don't really know who this dude is, but I fuck with this kid, dude. Like,
We both had really long hair at that time.
for real.
I like almost broke my hand at that show because there was a construction sign that I was banging.
You were fucking banging on it. I got a video of it, bro.
Hell yeah.
No way.
I got
a
I was like, dude, I got to zoom in on this kid right now. This is legendary.
Because that show, I remember, because it was you and Davey.
Yep.
And I remember it was the first time I ever seen you two play.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I was ever at the frat house too. And I was just like, I want to just fucking rock out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to just fucking have a
For
good time.
sure.
I don't show, if someone's like, let's go to a show, no matter where it is, I'm like, I'm going to act like it's a show.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
let's rock. I want to fucking go crazy. And I remember looking at you. It was like a big metal road sign, and you just kept boom, 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 like over. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I was so confused.
Bro, we had the most sketchy stage ever for that, but we put it together.
It was like, what, 8 pallets?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like stacked.
The
not
wooden
perfectly.
pallets
The wooden
with a
pallets.
piece of plywood across,
Yeah.
holding it up.
That's how you started, baby. That's beautiful stuff right
No,
there.
that shit was legendary, man. You guys
Hell
rocked
yeah.
it out. for
DIY.
sure.
Hell
DIY. Yeah, that's cool. You remember that. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, who the fuck are these kids, dude? I fuck with these kids, and come to find out, like, we're around the same age and shit. Damn near. Are we in the same grade?
Yeah.
And shit. Where did you guys go?
We went to middle school together.
You went
We shouldn't. Yeah, but me and you went to school together. Both
at
middle
Lance.
at Lance. Yeah.
Okay.
Lance.
Did you guys not go to Tremper?
I went to Tremper.
You went
Yeah.
to Tremper.
I went to Tremper for a year, and I transferred to Lakeview.
Okay.
I was a
Lakeview kid. Yeah, Lakeview kid.
Yeah, so I know a couple my boy who went over there, Luke Hupp.
Yeah, Luke Hup's
Yeah.
awesome.
I ran with
It's
him.
really
on
nice.
Yeah,
track and
dude,
shit.
fucking love that kid.
Yeah.
Luke Hup's
Yeah.
great.
Great. Just like, he was tall as fuck too. Wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Mhm.
Yeah,
His mom was a coach.
yeah,
Weird.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just cool. I feel like in this age right now, just in Kenosha, it feels like there's a lot of talent, like
So much talent here.
everywhere,
So much talent, bro. Like, people don't even understand how much talent's here.
for sure.
Like, I'm traveling all over the place, and I'm like, yo, we got to put the fucking 262 on the map, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's
For the right reasons.
like, for the right reasons, you know, like, especially the past couple years, it's been fucking crazy.
Mhm.
You know, like, we damn near lost our whole downtown area,
Mhm.
you know? And I think it's like, you know, there's so much talent here, bro. In music, sports, in so many different things.
Right.
And yeah, that's just, I believe in the talent here for sure.
Yeah, and it's it feels good to just. I don't know. You ever feel like you were meant to be born here?
I do, bro.
100%.
I do. If I wasn't born here, I wouldn't be in the place I am today.
Right. There's just something there's something in the water. There's something with being born in the Midwest, in Kenosha specifically, being kind of growing up in a, you still got a little bit of a city vibe. You got a little bit of a county vibe, country vibe going on. A lot of different people coming from a lot of walks of life, right here in the spot. And it's just like everyone who I've met, a lot of people my age and our grade, specifically like Gen Z, there's a 5% of them just trying to murder it.
Mhm.
Just trying to go crazy. And
I feel like we have this like firepower being from here, because it's like we're like in this city that's small, but we have these like big influences around us with the other big cities. So like
Yeah.
everyone is pushing so hard to do something, especially because like it really feels like you can. And I feel like 5 years ago it didn't feel like everyone could do it, and now it's like really like, yo, anyone could do this shit.
You just got to start. And speaking of, like, when did you start?
Like actually first pick it up.
So the whole goal for me was to earn a college scholarship to play basketball, because my parents couldn't afford to send me off to college. So it was either I was paying, or I'm going to do something that I love to do and earn a scholarship to pay for my schooling and stuff.
Right.
So it all started with really just grinding and developing a like a habit of
Right.
just grinding until I see something happen. And once I developed this habit of, in my mind, I'm going to work my ass off every day until I see something happen, that's when shit started popping. So I picked up a couple scholarship offers and shit my junior year summer. I played on this travel basketball team that we were playing in front of hundreds of college coaches,
Right.
Every weekend at these basketball tournaments. And the whole goal was to perform well. And, you're playing against other top teams in the country. If I'm going up against someone that has a bunch of Division I offers and I play a good game, these coaches are going to be like, who the hell is this kid?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole goal was to go out this summer and just show everybody what I've been working on.
Right.
And I did that. I picked up my first Division I offer was actually from an HBCU college. And I remember talking to the coach, and it was Elkhorn State University. And he's calling me on the phone, and he's like, dude, if you fucking come here, you're going to be a legend. And I didn't, what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like my first D1 offer. But I just remember that conversation like it was yesterday with him. That was so crazy to me, because
Right.
I worked so hard to get this fucking offer, and I got my first one,
Mm-hmm.
So later down the road, I got an offer from Southern Utah as well. And a lot of people don't know that I had a couple D1 offers. They're like, oh, why didn't you go fucking play D1, basketball? You do all this shit. Why aren't you in the NBA, blah, blah, blah. I actually had a few Division I offers. And then there's this thing in July during the summer. It's called the live period, where every weekend you're playing in front of college coaches. And the big tournament at the end of the month is in Vegas, where every college coach in the country's there watching the top people. Like every college coach in the country.
Wow.
Damn.
That's a lot of credit. Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, bro, and I believe that this shit happened for a reason. Because if this shit did not happen, I would be playing college basketball somewhere. So I started getting really sick like a week before July. And, I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show these college coaches who the hell I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go. And I go to the doctor, and I had mono. And he goes, hey, kid, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you can't play in these big tournaments these next couple weekends until this shit goes away. He's feeling my spleen.
Right.
And he's
right.
like, your spleen is so enlarged right now. If you take one elbow or one, weird fall, he's like, that thing will burst inside of you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, I just worked my ass off for the past year. I was up every morning, 5 a.m., going to Tremper, sneaking into the gym, getting shots up while everyone else was sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put in so much work to do this shit, and it was taken from me.
Right.
So, shit happens. But like I said, if that wouldn't have happened, I probably would have been playing college basketball somewhere.
Right.
So it's kind of weird.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
It is weird.
Yeah. That's
It's crazy.
wow. That's
Yeah.
like what is that? The movie The Colorblind. You can't the colorblind jet moment. when Steve Carell turns to him and he's just like, you can't fly jets if you're colorblind. It's like looking. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm talking about a random movie.
No, that's dope though. That's like a cool comparison. That's
because
fire.
it's like the moment life's like, you got a plan, and life's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
This is my plan.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I just realized I can't fly a jet.
Get out of here.
You're fucked. He's colorblind.
It's unfortunate.
He is fucked, dude.
Can't go to the war. Can't fly a jet.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah.
Yeah, so I found myself in this weird position because at the end of the day, like, people don't realize playing Division I basketball at a high level, it's a business at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now with the fucking NIL rule and shit. You can actually get paid in college now. But it's a business. So if I don't go out and I don't perform and I don't do my thing, or, you know, I'm playing bad and I have an attitude and I'm, you know, body language is just very poor, like, that's how you, like, lose interest in college coaches watching you, you know? So the whole July I couldn't play because my spleen was enlarged. So I lost my Division I offers because I didn't show up to perform. You know, they're getting ready to watch me play and I'm not there. So it's like I'm sitting back home in Kenosha while my team is like playing at all these big tournaments, and it just was like, dude, this is like heartbreaking.
Right.
Like, was it hard for them to like keep morale when that happened, or was it not like?
Well, the whole squad that we had, you talking about my team?
Yeah,
the whole squad was just all D1 guys. Like, all of them went big schools. Few like little schools, you know, not everyone went D1, but there was backup point guards. There was another good point guard on the team that had offers and stuff. So it was like, they're going, you know, I'm back home and I'm just like fucking heartbroken, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's junior year summer is like, well, I guess you could play as a senior if you didn't sign to a school.
Right.
Like your senior year summer after you graduate type shit.
Right.
If you're not committed to a school. But yeah, I was heartbroken, dude, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. So there was one last tournament in the end of July, I believe. Forgot where it was. But I got to play in it. I was cleared to play. And at this point, I don't have any offers on the table. So I'm like, I'm out of shape, dude. I'm fucked up. I've been sick for the past 3 weeks. You know, and
a week off takes it out of you. Yeah.
These couple weeks like really messed me up, dude. I was out of shape. And in this shit, like, we're running full court back and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like high level basketball. So yeah, I went out. I was so out of shape. I played horribly. There must have been one game where I played like kind of decent, and there was this college coach that I was watching, and they ended up giving me an offer. It was an NAIA Division I school in Arizona, right outside of Scottsdale in Surprise, Arizona, and they were called Ottawa University. And that was it, man. That was the end of the summer. I had one offer, and it was a weird situation for me because, like, I went from having a couple D1s, you know, a couple other coaches that haven't offered me, you know, getting ready to come watch me play in July, and I couldn't play in July, obviously. So now I'm like, damn, I have one offer, and if I'm going to want to get my college paid for, I'm going to have to take it.
Right.
You know? So
you didn't take that offer? Or did you like move forward with it?
No, he did.
So I did take it.
Okay.
I took it. Yeah, this is just like the beginning of like something fucking crazy.
Right.
Like, this is the very beginning of something crazy. So I think it was and meanwhile, while all of this is happening, I was kind of blowing up on social media just for kind of being like, oh, who the fuck is this white boy schooling everyone on the court? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like, while I'm hooping and shit.
Right.
So I'm starting to build this following. And then there was a video where I crossed my teacher. Right. And that video went viral, and a lot of people found out about me through that. But that's all like in the meantime while I'm still grinding to get this college scholarship.
Right.
We'll talk about the crossing my teacher story later.
Right.
But so here we are. I commit to this NAIA school in Arizona. And it just gets crazy from here. I go down during the summer. I'm staying at the head coach's crib, dude, like for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working out with the squad, working out with the team. I'm getting to know people. And, you know, it was weird for me, like being away from the 262, being away from Kenosha, dude. Like all my family's here. I didn't feel right, you know, but it was my only chance at getting a scholarship, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I went on that trip, came back to Kenosha, and that's kind of when me and Trent started going crazy with the videos. This was senior year, I think, right?
So we started really going crazy with the videos. It was like that summer, the junior year
summer. Yeah.
But that's when we were mainly focused on
Like,
doing music stuff.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, me and Trent kind of linked up by making music and shit.
Mm-hmm. I remember one song. Oh, what was it called? Sorry.
Sorry.
Remember that was. I remember that song. That was.
Hell yeah.
I think probably the only one I've really heard.
I remember that.
That's crazy.
So you were doing music and stuff, and you were linking up, trying to put some stuff together.
Dude, me and Trent linked up. Me and Trent have always kind of known each other throughout middle school and high school.
Yeah.
But never really were like close friends.
Mm-hmm.
And music really brought us together. We started cooking up on GarageBand, dude. I was in the basement.
Love Garage.
Hell yeah.
We made a little
started
custom studio. I had GarageBand, some KRK speakers, little audio interface, and connect and everything. And just, you know, I started cooking up beats on GarageBand, dude. Like literally making beats, and we would just sit down there and make music for hours, and just because we had fun doing it, you know. We dropped a mixtape in high school.
Yeah,
bro.
no, the crazy thing
like,
is,
for real.
at that time, it felt like the layup videos and stuff were kind of the side project, and we were really going for the music as our main goal.
Like we really thought we were gonna blow up on some music shit. Like we really thought we were gonna blow up on some music shit.
Like this mixtape's about to drop, and we're about to be famous.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like I swear, like every time we dropped a song, we thought we were gonna wake up the next day and be famous. Like that's just how we felt, bro. And it's kind of funny, but but in the meantime of making music, though, you know, we started doing these crazy layup videos.
Right.
Like they're like crazy trick shots and shit, crazy layups, and them shits were taking off like insane, like doing numbers, you know, like on Instagram. Like we just posted on Instagram, didn't think anything of it, and kind of like created this whole wave of like crazy trick shot layups. I don't even know how. We weren't even trying to create like something that big.
Not at all. And it just got crazier and crazier. I think it was like only like the fourth video I had filmed, and it was like number 2 on ESPN top 10. And then the video after that was like top 10 too. And that's when we started seeing like kids in China like recreating these layups and stuff. And we're just like,
dude,
what the fuck?
I swear there was I remember this specifically. There was a video some kid sent me, and he was doing a crazy layup like in the middle of a jungle, dude. Like there was like I swear, bro.
No, that's awesome.
Like he like hammer and nail, like nailed a backboard to a tree in the jungle, and he's hitting trick shots on it.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like when we really were like, damn, this shit is global now.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just like we started something, and we're like, we got to make the next one better than the last one. And we got to keep doing that.
Right.
You know? And so yeah, like we're kind of doing that. We're kind of making music, and I'm kind of trying to earn a scholarship at the same time. You know?
There's always multiple things going on. We know that with where we are right now. It's like all these different corners and
you guys are rocking it out, man. That's why I'm here, bro. I fuck with you guys, man. For real, like on a genuine level, like I could tell you guys are real people.
Thank you.
Like, and that's why I'm fucking here doing this shit. Just some local dudes trying to fucking do something great.
Do the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anyways, so here I am doing layups, making music, trying to earn a college scholarship. And I'm just not trying to earn a college scholarship. I committed to this school. We're up to that point, right?
Yeah.
So I committed to this school.
You're in Arizona, right? You were in Ottawa.
Yep. I was, well, I didn't fully go yet.
Okay.
So I went down there that summer before I was supposed to go to work out with the team. And, you know, I just wasn't feeling it. And I kind of expressed to my family that I wasn't feeling it. And they're like, what? Like, you're turning down a fucking scholarship because you want to do, like, trick shots on the internet? Like, you're fucking crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this school's, like, X amount of dollars a year you're going to get it paid for, and you want to give that up? Like, you're crazy. Like, especially my grandparents, dude. Like, that generation
they don't
is,
get like at all.
They don't understand. Well, now they do, but at first they didn't understand what the hell I was doing.
But that's a good family.
Yes.
That's a good family, though.
Yes.
They're like, listen, you could have it all together going this route, and you're gonna risk that.
Well,
but like,
and at the time, he only had like, we had just started the YouTube channel. It had like 10,000 subscribers. Like, it was not big at all yet. So it was a crazy time.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for this kid, I wouldn't even have made a YouTube channel. He was begging me in my ear, like, dude, make a fucking YouTube channel. Let's just start making YouTube videos. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber, man. Like, what the hell? I'm not trying to do all that. And here we are.
Here we are. 10,000 isn't big. I don't know what we are.
So we
I looked over our price. I was like, I don't know. What
literally had like 10,000 subscribers, and you know, my grandparents are like, dude, you're not giving up this scholarship. My dad was kind of like, my dad was the one that was kind of like, you know what, kid, like, go after this shit. Like, if you really want to do this shit, do it. You know, take a year off and see what the hell happens. And I'm like, yeah, well, if I take a year off, I'm not going to be getting my college paid for if nothing happens, you know? So I had all these things going on in my head, dude, and it was like, it was a hard time for me. And at this point, dude, like, so much shit has happened in my life, like that junior, senior year type of thing. Like, my parents got divorced. I was living in my mom's apartment building, like, out of the kitchen, bro. Like, it was a 2-bedroom. My little brother, I let him have the bedroom. My mom had the little master bedroom. Like, I was sleeping on the couch. All my clothes, my mic to make music, my little Mac Air Pro, whatever it's called, Apple computer, was in, like, the dining room, like, / kitchen. All my clothes were in there. Like, it was crazy. I had no room to do anything in there. And, so I was going through, like, a really rough time trying to figure out, like, what the hell am I really going to do? I don't know. What would you say about that time?
And you had also
crazy,
been,
dude. Like,
not only that, you went from your mom and dad's place to your grandma's place.
Yeah, I was living at my grandma's.
So there, it was just like me and you were downstairs recording in the basement every day.
Literally in my grandma's basement, dude.
Yeah, like next to his dad's bed, who is sometimes sleeping while we're making beats and shit. Like, he is just right there. And then we go upstairs and we just sleep on the couch, and every single day that was like our routine.
It was wild, man.
Then he moved into his mom's place, and it was crazy because, like, when he says, like, it was in the kitchen, it was in the, like you just see, like, all the snacks just in his room, because it is literally in the kitchen. There is not a room. There's no door or anything.
Yeah, and I had all these shoes and shit. I had no room for my shoes. Like, everything was just everywhere, bro. And it was a rough time in my life, you know, just trying to figure out, what am I really going to do in life? Like, you know?
Yeah. But that's when shit happens, is when you have to think about that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to think that.
100%.
Yeah.
And but I am still committed to this college, you know, like, getting ready to, in a couple weeks, getting ready to take off and go off to college. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go. You know, I signed the dotted line. I committed to this school. Like, I'm a very loyal person. You know, if I say I'm going to do something and I commit to doing something, I'm going to fucking do it.
Right.
Regardless of what's happening. I don't make any excuses about anything. I just fucking get it done.
I imagine that made it harder to be like wanting to go back on that commitment.
I know. You know, I'm committed to this school. I'm coming in, going to be the starting point guard. The coaches think I'm going to come in and be the starting point guard on the squad. And this is when I was like, dude, I'm going to have to not go.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to bet on myself and do this shit. But how am I going to tell my parents and grandparents that I'm not going? Like, me and him would sit there and talk about it. And he's like, you're not going to college. I'm like, fuck, am I? Like, I don't know.
I genuinely believed in what we were doing. So I very much tried to convince him. Like, I was like, fuck the college shit. Like, we're going to make this happen. Like, no matter what, it's going to happen. So, I remember him being extremely stressed out because, like I said, 10,000 subscribers and to deny a full scholarship is like, everyone thought that was ridiculous. It's not like a safe move in the slightest. It is a ridiculous thing to think, but it was just something that he had to strongly consider.
Right.
Yeah. So, here we are, like a week out before I'm supposed to fly out to Arizona and like fully live out there, and like, you know, when I went down there to work out, my mom was with and shit, and we saw all the dorms that I was going to live in. We got everything all ready, and, you know, I wasn't feeling it. But anyways, here we are a week out, and I get a call from EA Sports saying, hey, we're NBA Live. Was it 18 or 19?
18.
NBA Live 18. And they're like, we want to put your crazy moves into the video game. They're like, we're going to fly you out to Vancouver, Canada. You're going to put the motion capture suit on. We're going to get all this shit ready for you. And we're going to put all your crazy layups, the shit that me and Trent have been doing for the past year, going viral with. They wanted to put it in an NBA basketball game.
That's wild.
What the fuck?
A week before?
Yeah.
So they called me a week before I was supposed to go to college, but here's the thing that was fucked about it. It was like the first weekend that I was supposed to be at college was the weekend they were flying me to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here I am like, fuck, dude, if I go to college, I'm going to miss out on this once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, what am I going to tell my coaches? Dude, I got to bounce out for the weekend. They're going to be like, dude, you're going to be missing workouts and shit. You can't leave. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a weird situation. So anyways, here we are 2 days before I'm supposed to hop on the flight. Like, literally 2 days out, maybe a day before I'm supposed to hop on this flight. And I'm sitting there with my mom, like, shaking, having, like, an anxiety attack, like, full panic attack. Like, Mom, I need to call the college coaches and I need to tell them that I'm not coming. And my mom's like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, then do it. It was like a moment where I'm like, okay, if I do this shit, I got to prove my whole family wrong. Like, I got to show them that I'm making the right decision here.
Right. That's the trade-off. It's like you don't get to have it without that, really.
Yeah, it was a rough time, man. So here I am sitting next to my mom, supposed to be a big boy going off to college, 18 years old, supposed to be a fucking adult, you know, having a panic attack, and you know, called up the coaches on a 3-way call. Head coach and assistant coach. On a day before I'm supposed to hop on this flight and go.
And tell them to fuck off.
Yo, I wasn't going to tell him to fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, respectfully.
Of course not.
Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I call him. My heart is pumping so fast on this phone call. I feel like I could pass out and throw up and shit myself at the same time. Like, dead ass. So here I am a day out, and I called the coaches and said, hey, I really appreciate you guys, like, taking a chance on me and, you know, I feel horrible that I have to do this, but I'm not going to be coming to play college basketball at your guys' school.
Right.
And this was the hardest phone call and hardest decision I've ever made in my life. No doubt about it. Because my whole life growing up, I wanted to play college basketball. And it was wild, man. I hung up the phone.
How did they respond to that? Like, you gave it to them honestly as best as you could, right?
Yeah, well, I feel like they already seen my shit blowing up on social media, so I've talked to them, you know, about like, hey, like, if an event comes up on a weekend, would I be able to fly to LA to go do it and then fly back? And they were like, yeah, but like, you got to think about the team first, and the team needs you, and you know, like, and I understand, you know, if you're a point guard coming in, you're the leader of the team, you need to fucking be with your team. But they were kind of like, they were mad for sure. I'm sure they were pissed. I was supposed to be coming in being the starting point guard right away. Like, they were counting on me. Now their starting point guard isn't coming. They need to scramble to try to find somebody to come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do it though.
Right.
You know, I had this feeling like deep down inside, like I'm gonna fucking be something. And you don't need to go to college nowadays to be something.
No. You didn't just have to prove your family wrong. You had to prove them wrong. And
I had to prove everybody wrong. I had to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah.
And you guys know how it is in Kenosha, man. It's like, people don't want to see you winning out here.
No.
They don't want to see you succeed around here. Like, and throughout my whole high school experience, I experienced that.
Right.
Like, people are going to talk shit online. They're going to make fun of you for doing what you're doing if it's a little bit different. Like, dude, I went through so much shit where people were like making fun of me and Trent for doing, like, you know, the crazy layup videos, like school rivalries. Right. You know what I'm saying? Before the game, these guys would go home on lunch break and do videos like, oh, look, I'm T Jass, like trying to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And let me tell you something. Those same fucking kids are the same kids that are asking me for favors. And I got screenshots. We won't post them up. No. But I got screenshots.
Bryce, those will go right here. We'll have a spot
I don't know if we can post those up, but like, those same kids that were talking shit and making fun of us and, you know, didn't want to see us win are the same kids that are asking for favors, same kids that are asking for pictures when I'm out in public, or they're trying to dap me up in public and shake my hand and act like none of that ever happened.
Right.
But up here, I'm never going to forget who was fucking with me, like making fun of me, and I'll never forget who was there for me when I had nothing.
Right.
It's very important.
Right. The loyalty.
Very important. So you guys, when this podcast blows up and you guys are on some Joe Rogan level, remember who was here with you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you let us know before we did the concert last week. You said you need to remember who actually came here for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 100%, bro. It was your first concert in Kenosha. You and Davey fucking had Case out there, rock star. You know, like, you guys need to remember who showed up, but you also need to remember who didn't show up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you're up there selling out bigger shows and you're doing crazy shit, the people who didn't show up,
they're gonna ask
and
for
weren't
VIP.
with you, don't give them a backstage pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Have them pay for a fucking ticket.
Exactly.
You
You're
know
a
what I'm
fan.
saying?
Hey, you want to support me, right? You want to buy a ticket, right?
Hey, can I get a picture? First, what's your Venmo?
Yeah.
Please Venmo me.
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's weird, man. It's like, it's crazy.
Right.
Like,
That's a crazy backstory. I didn't know any of that.
yeah.
I didn't even know that you committed to a school. Do you know
Not a lot of people do, man, and that's why I'm here on the Tipped and Stiff podcast telling people my story, because a lot of people don't know this shit, man. Like,
yeah.
And
dude,
if you genuinely want to know how stressed out he was about that college decision, go back and watch his video where he had to make the decision on camera, he literally made a video where he said my college decision. I've never seen him so stressed out making a video.
Damn near crying. Bro.
Yeah, it was you could just see like how much it affected him.
Right.
Yeah.
But how did Toronto feel?
Vancouver.
Sorry, how did Vancouver feel?
I'm like, wait a second. I've never been to Toronto yet. Yeah, dude. I went up to Toronto, man. Fucking did it, man. I was like, dude.
It was Vancouver. Wait, is it Vancouver or Toronto?
Oh, I'm tweaking, bro. I'm tripping. You got me fucked up. No, you're good. No, so I went to Vancouver, and you know when you go to like a different country, you got to go through customs and all that other shit. So it's one of my first times going off by myself, and I pull up, and I'm coming into this country on a work permit. Because I'm there for work.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. You know, you got to go off to the side. You got to give them all your information, what type of work you're doing, how much they're paying you, all this information. So I had to go do all that shit. And then, dude, I was in fucking Vancouver. That place is beautiful.
Right.
Super dope. I don't know if you guys ever been.
I've been to Toronto, not Vancouver.
Vancouver is crazy, dude. Like, it was like, I don't know. It's weird. From what I can remember, it was like, dude, am I in fucking Dubai right now?
Like, it just
Like
didn't look
like
these
any
buildings.
American.
These buildings are so like futuristic, like, and they put us
Yeah.
up in a nice ass hotel downtown.
Is Vancouver the one that's really close to Seattle?
It's on top of
Above Washington,
like
right?
Oregon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up there. Yeah.
Over,
It's on
somewhere over there.
It's on the west coast. Yeah.
Yep.
Of Canada.
Yeah. So yeah, that was crazy. I remember hopping out of the elevator, and like two of the most legendary street ball players in the world are there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, are you guys putting your moves in the game too? And they're like, hell yeah. And they've seen my videos and shit, and they're like, what's up, T? Like, nice to finally meet you and shit. And I'm like, dude, it's nice to fucking meet you guys.
Right.
Like, I've been watching you. Like, it was Bone Collector and The Professor.
You were watching I was just watching a video on that. Yeah. I had someone playing that, and I was watching. Yeah, it was about street ball. I never knew like there's such a crazy background about like street ball legends. That's really yeah.
Yep. So these guys are there, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. So anyways, we get to the thing or whatever. I gotta put on this like super skin tight suit, and there's like a bunch of dots all over my body. And we did it, man. We did all the crazy moves that I do.
Right. The mocap stuff is like the
Yeah,
weird
the
mocap.
Mocap.
Yep.
Right.
Motion capturing.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it just like?
Yeah.
Because what did the actual room look like when you guys were?
So it's a huge room with like dots and like sensors and lasers all over the place. And then there's a basketball hoop, and there's like things that are taped on the floor and the wall everywhere. Like, it was really cool to see this shit, because you walk out there and, you know, I would go do a move or whatever, and then I would walk over to the side, and they got like 15 people there sitting on a computer, like with the animations and shit.
Right.
And I'd go to the side, and I'd see like me as a stick figure. My fault. I'd see myself as a stick figure, like doing these crazy moves.
Right.
And tossing a basketball in a hoop.
That's surreal.
And I'm like, this is crazy, dude. Like, who would have thought, like, literally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, dude.
Wow.
That's wild.
Literally, dude. Insane.
And you have people in there who have like master's degrees in software engineering, just putting like all this stuff together, and they're like, come here and do tricks for us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's wild.
This was one of the first videos that he posted on Instagram, and I was like, holy shit, like
So here, like, you play, like, you know, you do a couple cool moves and have someone play like fake defense on you to, you know, make it look like, you know, the shit in the video game.
Right.
It was crazy, man. Like, this is hey, you're on top of
So
that
weird.
shit over there, man.
That's our young Jamie.
Hell yeah.
Bryce is our young Jamie.
Hell yeah. So anyways, we did all that, successful trip. I come back home, and I'm like, Trent, we got to get to fucking work. It's time to like take this shit to the next level. I told my parents, I told all my family, we're going to do this shit. So now it's time to do it.
Right.
So I think I got invited to SneakerCon in
Ohio.
In Ohio. We did one in Ohio.
That was the first
and we
one.
went off by ourselves. And then there was SneakerCon Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first event that I can bring my family to show them.
Nice.
It's weird because like, how do you just come home one day and say, hey, mom and dad, like, I'm like kind of famous on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, my dad's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like, whatever. Like, for real.
Right,
though, like,
yeah.
how do you come home and say like, yo, I'm like kind of popping on the internet right now,
Right.
you know? So this was my first opportunity to show them in real life, like IRL, like this is where I'm going to show them like how lit this shit is. So we do SneakerCon Chicago, and my whole family's there. I'm in this little like celebrity game with a bunch of like influencers or, you know, a bunch of people like that in the sneaker world and basketball world. And they got my grandparents, my parents, they got to see lines of kids freaking out to meet me. Like freaking out to meet me.
Wow.
Like
Fucking
sign, dude, sign my shoe, sign my forehead, sign like going nuts over me. And they got to see that shit for the first time.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't know how
Yeah.
I'd feel as a parent. I would feel uncomfortable, but I'd also be like, I have to just let this happen because this is.
Well, it
this
just
is,
like
good
lets
for them.
It lets them know that it's like real, because it just seems like he could just be thinking that he's famous or something. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
sure.
Like, how do you come home and
Yeah.
say, Mom, Dad, I'm famous?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
You
bullshit. You're not.
Son, you need to be prescribed
Yeah.
to prescribed.
Yeah.
well,
like,
and it was also so early on that like not only was it crazy for them, it was still crazy for you. Like
it was
we
crazy for me.
We had only
Right.
done the one other SneakerCon event, and we were freaking out about the fact that we had a hotel room with robes in it. That was the craziest
It's the
thing
little
to
things
us.
for Trent.
And
It's
we're
the
in
little
Ohio.
luxuries.
Dude.
We're in Ohio, and we're like, holy shit.
What was everything at follower wise?
At that point,
Yeah.
maybe a couple 100,000 on Instagram, maybe like 30 to 50,000 on YouTube,
Okay.
subscribers on YouTube. And, you know, we're kind of starting to grow a little bit on YouTube here. You know, we went from 10K to like, you know, a solid 50, and we're like kind of growing a little bit. So we just thought, yo, wherever we go, whatever we do, let's just start making videos. Like,
Right.
if we're going to play a game of horse at the gym, let's fucking film it. If we're
Right.
going to play 5-on-5, let's film it. If we're going to play 1-on-1, let's film it.
Right.
Why not?
Right. Everything's content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Content is key. So yeah, that's shit. That SneakerCon Chicago really opened up my grandparents and parents' eyes, and they're like, holy shit, like he's not lying to us.
Right.
Mhm.
Like these kids are freaking out. And yeah.
Were they taking an interest in like what exactly you were doing instead of playing for that school, like more so after they saw that?
Like who my parents?
Like your family, your parents?
Yeah,
family?
like I kind of like shocked them a little bit. Like
Right.
they were like, wait, he wasn't kidding. Like he actually has something going on.
Right. And you got to be immensely proud of your kid at that point. Like if you go somewhere and you're like, all these people are lined up to see my son.
Yeah.
That's got to be
Yeah, true. I
insane.
didn't think about it like that. But
yeah, that's like one of those moments where you're like,
Jeff's probably sitting in the back like, what the hell? My
Yeah.
dad's name's Jeff. He's probably like, the hell's going on over
exactly. Like that's
Yeah.
one of those moments where he's like, what the
Yeah.
oh my god.
here? Like, I mean, like we're walking out of SneakerCon with my family, and like people are like, crowds of people are following us to get a picture with me. You know, and
Right.
and like my family like really felt it. Like they were like, wow, like he is doing something. So it kind of, they started leaning towards like, okay, maybe he did make the right decision
Right.
by not going to college.
Of course.
But I at that point still, dude, I still feel like I haven't done anything yet.
Well, and you still
Like-
weren't making money.
Yeah, we weren't monetized on YouTube yet. I had a video go viral on YouTube, like my first million viewed video ever. This was the craziest shit to me, dude. Like me and my little brother were in Romeoville, Illinois, visiting some family, and I had an idea one day to go to Goodwill and just buy like a full suit and tie and outfit, and then go to the gym and just school people in the outfit.
Yeah.
You know, I was taking some like inspiration from the professor. Like he dressed up as Spider-Man, went to the court and was schooling people. So I didn't want to dress up like Spider-Man. That's like copying him, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let me dress up as a businessman
Right.
and go school people. So the title was like businessman schooling people at LA Fitness or whatever the hell it was. But it was like, you know, we filmed it on my iPhone,
Ooh, yeah, on the thing. That's okay.
you know? Like
Yeah.
me and my little brother, I was like, Brennan, can you please film this for me?
Right.
He's like, sure, fuck it. So we go to Goodwill, get the suit, go film this video, and I ended up like going crazy for some reason. Like I didn't miss a shot that day. It was so weird.
I was murdering it.
It was so weird.
So much better for the video too.
100%. It made
he's
the
just
video.
insane.
It made the video so good. Like
Right.
I'm like crossing people over, stepping back, hitting shots, like looking in the camera, like yeah, like you know, like it was really crazy how I like barely missed that day. But
Right.
that's what made the video so good.
Right.
Is all the highlights. So I posted that video on YouTube, and it ended up being my first million viewed video. But like Trent said, I wasn't monetized. Couldn't make any money on YouTube yet. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, this million views could have made me like shit, $5,000 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You
That's
know?
crazy. That's weird to put a monetary value to that. That's weird when you start thinking like this million invisible views would have gotten me like something.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck, we just got to keep making videos until we hit the requirements to be monetized on YouTube.
What are the requirements, by the way?
Well, I think you were like way above the requirements, but
We were above the requirements, but we are waiting on YouTube to review my channel.
Right.
Because when you meet the requirements, it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So people watching your videos have to watch it for like combined altogether 4,000 hours or more.
Right.
I think
I
it's
believe.
more now. The hours.
yeah,
are
it probably
more.
is more.
It
now.
might
It's like
it might be
10,000
more.
now.
It might be more.
Yeah, that reminds me of TikTok. TikTok will be like, yeah, we'll get to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, dead ass. So here we are waiting for months.
Right.
Dude, months. And I'm thinking like, dude, like we're never going to get this shit. Like we're supposed to be making money. Like I'm supposed to be showing my parents that I'm making money. And so fucking here we are. We eventually get monetized and we get like the first check in the mail. It's like 3,000 or 4,000 in a month. And I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. We're going to the club, dude. 3,000 to 4,000. Like, this
Yeah,
is
let's
crazy.
celebrate.
You know, like, and we're just sitting there like, let's turn this 3,000, 4,000 into 10.
Right.
And let's turn this 10 into 20. And let's keep going. And let's not stop. So that was our mindset. And we just kept filming videos and kept filming videos. And money started rolling in, and my parents were like, holy shit.
Right.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, because there's one thing about fame, but when the money starts rolling in, is like the madness begins. This is where the
Yeah.
crazy part starts.
Well, yeah, and that's when you can like really show your family, be like, this is a job.
Yeah,
like,
Right.
but
I'm
you-
not just like online famous. It's a
Yeah.
job.
Right.
And
That's
you guys,
also when you would
you-
never need your family if you have a certain amount of money. You know what I mean, I'm not saying that you should. Leave your, no, I mean,
No, I love my family, man.
No,
I
no,
love my
I'm not
family.
saying that like you should make enough money to leave your family and fuck all
Oh,
of them. I'm
Just to
saying,
go
like,
off by yourself
Yeah,
and be
like,
able
you
to
know,
do your own thing. Yeah.
right, and also to get into shit.
100%.
Because you know me, I have enough money to get into shit. That's
Yeah. 100%.
you weren't at that point yet, though. You were still like building your content.
We're
and
still
your
building it up.
numbers.
You know, we're still building it up. And we're at the point where it's like, okay, we can finally buy a camera to film videos instead of filming on my iPhone
Right.
for the past couple months.
And,
And-
like up till 200,000 subscribers, we were using a phone.
Yeah, we're using our iPhone because, I mean, the quality of the iPhone isn't bad. You
No.
know, it gets the job done, but we wanted to take the money that we were making, reinvest it back into the business, and keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
like to upgrade the quality of videos and stuff.
That's what we did here. Oh, yeah, I know that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameras. It
Exactly.
just takes like you get one camera at a time, or you get like everything you need at once, or like whatever you make. We're not making money from the podcast much, so like whatever money we make from our job, it's like whatever we can put into it is
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
it goes.
That's dope, bro.
You have to reinvest. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only like I with music and shit. It's like every dime I make is going back into music.
It
Yeah.
goes right back in.
You have to reinvest. That's the only way you can grow.
Yeah.
I mean, look at like Mr. Beast. The reason that he's the best creator in the world is because he reinvests everything that he makes. Like he lives in a normal house and he gets 50 million views a video.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the whole goal, is just reinvest back into it. And you know, it's funny because like start making all this money and shit, and then you're like, shit, I gotta pay taxes. I never learned. I don't know how to fucking pay taxes.
The IRS comes
You
knocking.
know.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of my good friends of mine sat me down and was like, hey, we got to get you an accountant. You're gonna go to fucking jail, dude, if you're not paying your taxes. Like making this decent amount of money, like and then as months kept going on, like I said, that 3-4 grand turned to 10, and then it was like 20, and that was like 30 grand a month, like ridiculous, and it just kept going.
Right.
And that's when I was like, all right, I need to get an accountant,
Right.
and I need to get a financial advisor
Right.
to invest my money for me and do all that shit, because I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
I gotta be filming videos and shit all the time.
Because the FBI would come.
Oh,
Like, they'll
dude,
be there.
they'll be at your door.
Yeah.
Like, you're
how
not
do you-
paying your taxes? Give me your
IRS,
car.
they're
Give me your
coming.
couch.
Here.
Give me your TV. Give me everything. You know what I'm saying?
Give me your life.
Well, yeah, and
Go
it's,
in the box.
it's hard to pay taxes when you make like 3 grand a month, let alone that much. So
Right.
it's and we're like young, like
Right.
none of us even still can comprehend taxes to the full extent.
Yeah.
So it's like
Mm.
doing it with a lot of money is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when your monthly income starts looking like people's salaries, that's when the IRS is they get a little,
Yeah.
you know, they're like,
Yeah, how do I
Yeah.
tell
going
the
on?
IRS that I'm famous?
Yeah.
Nah, for real, man. It's wild, but like, it's crazy because the amount of shit that I've learned from just being around other successful people. I didn't have to go to college to learn how to do certain things. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, if I would have went to college, it would have been for a business degree.
Right.
And like now with everything on the internet, you don't even need to go to college for a business degree. I feel like
It's all out there.
you could just watch videos about it on YouTube.
Right.
Take small courses, like
Yeah. So with
Yeah.
me, it was like I'm hanging around multi-millionaire type of people, like, and I'm asking them questions. What do you do with your money every month? What are you, you know, how are you paying your taxes? How are you finding ways to pay the least amount of taxes with your business? You know,
Right.
like certain questions that I'm like, and I didn't need to sit in a classroom to learn all these different business things.
Right.
I got to sit with somebody who's successful, like genuine people that know what the fuck they're doing. I got to ask them, you know, and I've learned so much over the past couple years. I feel like I've learned a business degree.
Well, yeah, because you
You
get
know,
to,
like-
you learn so much better if you learn through like real life experiences instead of reading it out of like a book. You're
Yeah.
actually firsthand getting to
It's
do
hand-
it. And
True.
you have to do it
Yeah,
Yeah.
out
exactly.
of
But-
necessity.
Me right off the bat though, I didn't like schoolwork either way. Like
Mhm.
I'm not the type of person to learn something from sitting in the classroom, but there are some people that can learn, you know.
Right.
That just wasn't me, you know. So
Mhm.
Oh.
yeah, I've learned a lot of business shit.
So is that when did you feel that everything that you were building up to was about to, like, you were getting the money in, you know, you obviously were getting you know, the fame was going up, the numbers were going up. When did it really hit you? Like the real moment that it was just like,
I
this
know
is what I'm
when.
doing now.
Yeah, I know when it really hit me. It actually hit me before I was making money.
Okay.
It actually hit me when Drake followed me on Instagram.
Mm.
And I'm sitting here DMing Drake on a school night. in senior year of high school. And then Drake goes on tour, and he has me come to his tour.
Right.
Come check the show out, kick it with him backstage. That was like a holy fuck moment. Like, if Drake like sees a little bit of potential in the videos that I'm doing, like, we got something going here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the moments when I was like, holy shit. Like, you know, I post an Instagram picture with Drake and then go back to school the next day. Like,
Right.
like what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
at the time, like, I'm still like starstruck and stuff. Like, now it's like, I look at it differently now. Like, it's like, you're a human being. You're a human being. You're a human being. Like, you might be successful at this certain thing or whatever, but like, I feel like I don't get starstruck like that anymore. But when I met Drake for the first time, bro, I was like freaking the fuck out. Like,
Right.
dude, I'm sitting backstage chopping up with Drake talking about my basketball videos.
Right.
And I got school tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's insanity.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and now you kind of have to view it like that because like there's like kids in the world that would look at you the same way that you would look at Drake. Like you're their person. So like that makes it like very clear that everyone is simply a human. Like that helps a lot with that.
Yeah, 100%. But that was a moment when I was like, holy fuck, we got something going on.
Right.
Now I'm trying to think of like another moment when I was like, wow, this is crazy.
I mean, this is later, but the Floyd thing would.
Yeah, we'll get to the Floyd thing. We got a bunch of crazy stories.
Let's hear 'em.
We probably been going. How long we been going
Like
for?
going like an hour.
Dude, we might
An
be
hour
here.
so far.
Is the audio good?
Yeah.
Audio still rolling?
Yeah, I believe so.
Audio's good.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that audio is good.
Still going.
Good? All right.
Beautiful.
Shit, dude.
I feel like you're at the point talking about where we're at in the story of your career where like shit might start to like you might run into some weird things that you would never run into if you had not been famous. If you're not like the way people treat you.
Yes.
Or the way people treat you in like certain situations. I don't know,
Yes.
just like the way people would treat you or accommodate you or
100%. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, now the people that used to talk shit about me want to come kick it with me.
Right.
You know, the people that used to talk shit about me, see me out in public, they want to get a picture or they want to shake my hand. You know, that's when like you start to get a little name for yourself, and then that little like weird shit, like you said, it starts to happen. And that's with anything, bro. Like, you know, that weird shit starts to happen. But we went to LA for the first time, and we linked up with Too Hype, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We linked up with these other basketball YouTubers that are very successful, cool, great people. And they helped me so much with this YouTube shit, and I'll forever be grateful for it. They're great people. We learned so much on that trip.
Yeah, and it was crazy because, like, I was a massive fan of them, and, like, we're staying at these people's house.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable
Like,
to me.
Yeah, they're like, just stay in the guest bedroom. Let's bang out 20 videos in the next couple days. Like, I'm like, fuck, let's do it.
Right.
You know, like, you know, collab videos are great, you know. I post one with them, they post one with me. It's a win-win for both people. And yeah, I think that LA trip was cool. Like,
Well, yeah, and it was really
we
important.
realized a lot.
It was really important because we got to be around, like, people with the work ethic that we needed if we wanted to be as successful as they were. So being around that taught us a
100%.
lot, and we're seeing these people film multiple videos in a day, and like the way that their production is set up is so different because at the time it was just me and him, and I'm just holding a camera. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the camera either. Like I literally just did this shit because like I started filming. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
between filming and shit, between like trying to make, you know, just trying to work hard for those days, take the most out of the time. Like, did you, like, was there a draw to go out and do other things and like see things you've never seen before, get into something?
Like out in LA and shit.
Yeah,
Like, so while we were at the Too Hype house, we'd film like videos there with those guys, but like I'm in LA, bro. Like, I'm like, we need to go to Venice Beach and get some content there. We need to hit up as many people in my Instagram DMs that I know that live out here. We need to hit them up and we need to do videos. Like, we're out here on a business trip. This is no vacation. None of these trips I go on are vacation. It's all business trips. We're figuring out how can we turn this shit into getting the most content possible. So that's exactly what we did. We just went around and filmed a bunch of fucking videos, like the first LA trip.
Yeah, like we were working so much. I've been to LA like 10 times. Not once have I ever been in the ocean. Like I've been on Venice Beach so many times, never had time to go to the ocean because we were just always just filming like that.
Yeah.
And also, I kind of feel like that's how I want it too, because when I go there, I don't want to waste time. I'm trying to like get as much done as possible, and that's always the goal if you're out there, because it's you don't want to be going out there every week. Like you want to get as much done as you possibly can.
You can't really go out there every week.
Yeah,
That would
like,
just, you have to go.
Well, I imagine you start getting an itch. Like the thing, like even when we started picking up with the podcast, we were making the album for the music. I was trying to network with as many people as I could. You know, got a full-time job on top of that. I remember I was dating this girl at the time, and she was like, "Let's just go to Tennessee." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Let's go take a trip to Tennessee." I'm like, "Well, I got shit to do."
Yeah.
What do you want? She's like, "Well, we'll go for 2 nights and we'll drive." I'm like, "Okay, so a full day, Tennessee." We only had 2 nights there. I swear to God, the whole hike, like on everything, I was like, "I gotta get back. I can't do this right now. I need the laptop in my hands.
That's great.
I need to do something." You start getting into
you start getting to that thing like, okay, if I wake up today and I'm not productive today, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, like you're gonna feel like shit. Like you
like,
feel like
I just wasted a whole fucking day when I could have used this day to like be productive. Like, and that's how
Further
it
your
was.
life in some way, support yourself in some way.
Exactly, and that's how it was for me and Trent. It was like, if we wake up and we don't be productive, like we're wasting time.
right.
That's my mindset. That's how I feel.
Right.
If I'm not productive in a day, if I'm not filming videos, if I'm not doing shit, I feel like shit.
Right.
I feel like sick to my stomach.
Right.
It's like, like you have a habit of doing something, and I don't know, we just,
It's weird because it's people would be like, oh, people who don't, I'd say, get it, would be like, you're a workaholic.
yeah.
They would say, you know what I mean? Or they'd be, and it's like in a strange way, like at the end of the day, you're like, I have a scary obsession with this. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
Because when I'm not doing it, I have withdrawal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you're like, I'm not doing it, I have literal withdrawal.
It's like you're having like an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing though. There is a point where we've worked too hard, and you have to find this balance, because it can start to affect your health. Like, it really can. Like, you can.
That's what's key.
You
Then
can
it's
be
not productive anymore when it ruins
you can
your
be
health.
way too locked in, and then are you even being productive, or are you just frying your brain? Like, you get to this burnout stage. Like, I've gotten to a little burnout stage. You went through a more serious burnout stage.
Yeah.
Case, who you met at the show,
Yeah.
had one of the best interpretations of that. They made the trip out to Vegas, or not Vegas, LA.
Mm-hmm.
They did the whole, I'm gonna move out there, see what I can make of myself, let's do the thing. And they're like, there's a point where you're working so hard that you don't realize that your body has hit a point of like cellular degradation.
100%.
And it becomes white noise in the background, and then one day you
100%.
wake up and it's just like you can't do it.
100%. Dude, I almost paid the ultimate price, bro.
Right.
I almost paid the ultimate price. I was going so hard at one point with this shit, because money's rolling in. We're seeing all this money coming in. I'm like, I'm not stopping, dude. I'm not stopping until I make $1 million in a month. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, my foot is
Gas.
My foot is taped down on the gas, like super glued to it, So there was a point where we were out in LA, and it was during December, or a little bit before December, a couple of days before December, late November. And this was how many years ago? 2 or 3?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 years ago. And every December we post a YouTube video every single day. It's like Vlogmas. That's what they call it. For the first 25 days of Christmas, you post a video. So here we are in LA, balls to the walls, going ham, filming like 4 videos a day just so we can stock up videos to post throughout the whole December. But meanwhile, we're doing this, I'm forgetting to drink water. I'm going so hard, I'm forgetting to eat. I'm going so hard, I'm not getting any sleep. And I was just going. You know what I'm saying? I was forgetting to do all that. I didn't care about my health. I saw the dollar signs coming in and, you know, I'm going.
You get that like I'll sleep when I'm dead mindset, which is not
For
good.
real.
Yeah.
For real.
Right.
Yeah.
Had that a lot recently.
Yeah, it was crazy. So anyways, we get on a red-eye flight back home like December, like early December, maybe the 4th, 5th, or 6th or something. And I remember getting home like super late at night, like maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever. And I didn't get no sleep on the plane because the whole plane ride, I'm editing my YouTube videos. I'm still editing all my videos at this point, like I believe. Or most of them, sorry. I might have. When did Sean start working for me?
Sean was working for you, but you were still flip-flopping.
But we need to get all these videos ready for December.
Right.
Right? So if I have my editor editing a video, I'm like, I'm going to edit one.
Work,
Let's stack these videos up.
Yeah.
So the whole plane ride, I probably edited a video, got back home to my apartment. It's me and my girlfriend, and we go to bed. But I have my timer. We go to bed like 4. I have my timer set for 6 a.m. to get up, to get back to work.
Right.
I get up. I remember feeling a little like weird. I go into my closet to put on some clothes, and next thing you know, I wake up in a hospital bed. And I thought I was in a casket, dude. Like all my family is like looking down at me, and I'm like looking up, and I'm like, what the hell? Am I in a fucking casket right now?
Right.
Like, what just happened? And my girlfriend's over here. She's fucking crying her fucking eyes out. And her perspective of the story was crazy because I walked back to the bed. I don't remember this, but I walked back in bed, and I must have laid down because I was feeling weird. And she woke up to me seizing.
Oh my God.
So I had a seizure. And the ambulance comes, whatever, and I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. So they cut off my long sleeve. They're trying to take blood or whatever the hell they were trying to do. There's blood all over my floor because I kept like twitching and shit.
Right.
Yeah, I woke up. Everyone's looking down at me, and they're like, "You had a seizure? You're okay? You had a seizure?" And I'm like, "I had a seizure? There's no fucking way I had a seizure."
Right.
Like, I'm the most in shape person I know.
Right.
Like, how did me, out of all people, have a seizure? And so my dumb ass, first thing I said, "Someone roll the fucking camera." I'm like, I get my brother, I'm like, "Dude, fucking I'm like, have you not been filming this?"
Get back to it. Get back to work.
Like, bro, like,
We didn't
why,
stop.
like, why, like, I'm asking my girlfriend, I'm like, "Did you film me? Like, why didn't you film me?" She's like, "You were having a seizure." "You want me to film you having a seizure?" I'm like, "Hell yeah."
They
That's
must have thought you
content,
lost
bro.
it.
Right.
But, you know.
While I agree, they must have thought you fucking were like sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mom's like,
Same.
"No, you're not recording." I'm like, "Yes, I am, Mom." So my little brother takes the phone, and I did a little speech on the camera, and started crying and shit. I didn't know where the fuck I was. I was freaking out, but I'm like, roll the camera, and made a YouTube video out of it. 'Cause I need to let the fans know. Like, we're supposed to be posting every day in December, and now we're just gonna stop. So I posted a video and let them know what the hell happened. But that is one of the times that changed my life forever.
Right.
Like, and I don't have epilepsy. I don't have none of that shit. I did all the tests. I don't You know, I'm going to these crazy clubs now and all the flashing lights. That shit doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
But the doctor said, you were going so hard, dude. Like, when I was in there, dude, I was so dehydrated. He was like, this is crazy. The doctor, he's like, you are so dehydrated right now. He's like, this is not good. Like, what the hell were you doing?
You almost literally worked yourself to death.
Literally.
That's you were trying to make an ounce of gas go 1,000 miles.
Dude, literally, dude. And it was crazy, man.
God bless you're here.
God.
Yeah, for real, man. Thank you.
Yeah, he always gets on my ass about not sleeping and shit because I still do exactly what he was doing, but I'm okay.
Yeah, no, everyone that talks to me about like, oh, I'm gonna sleep, but I'm fucking dead. I'm like, no, you're not. You're gonna sleep tonight. Like, you need to get some fucking sleep because I almost paid the ultimate price.
Right.
I could have died, 100%.
Right.
So many people are stupid about that right now, myself included. About like, I'll stay up till 2, go to work at 7 or 8. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it works. It
get like, you know, a couple like 6 hours.
6,
you know,
7. Like,
what, like people are different though.
Right.
Like the way that the what is the doctor called, the neurologist, the brain doctor or whatever, he was like, everybody has a certain threshold, and once you meet that threshold is when like you could possibly have a seizure. Like, my body just shut down because I met this threshold of going so hard. But yeah, everyone's different. I would suggest, like, I need like 8 hours of sleep at night. Like, that's just me personally.
Right.
I try to get 8. Some nights I still don't get a lot of sleep.
See,
you know,
I find myself, it's interesting to talk about this because I find myself in the mindset a lot. I go to work, my boss is really nice, and he's like, Cade, you look tired today. I'm like, I'm tired every day. And he's like, well, how much sleep you get? I'm like, it really doesn't matter. Because if I get 8 or 2, I'm tired still.
Yeah.
Like, I never really get sleep.
I feel that.
But there's something, if you get 8 and you still feel tired, there might be something else that you're not doing right. Are you eating right?
Right.
You know?
Right. And it gets the, why are you shaking your head? Get out of here. It's more
like, are you drinking a bunch of soda? Are you like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I'm actually,
how's your diet?
I have to be why are you looking at? I have to be
wondering.
No, I have to be really strict about my diet.
Yeah.
I have Crohn's, so
Okay.
my stomach doesn't agree. I'm like allergic to everything.
Yeah.
So I have to be
My girlfriend is like the same way. She has celiac. She has to eat gluten-free.
Yeah.
It's like the same shit.
It's intense. It's like only whole foods.
I feel that because, trust me, we got to do the same stuff for her
right.
that you're probably doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. My thing is it happened like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and maybe you know what I'm talking about with this, when you start looking at emotions in the survival sense and in the mental sense as just all the same feelings, where you start getting to the point you're like, being sleepy is the same as me being happy or being sad or being angry, and I can choose whether to be that or not.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
Like, you start getting that mindset, you're like, all of these emotions, I am the captain of this ship, and I will make them go as far as they necessarily need to.
100%.
But that's when it gets dangerous. That's when you start taking up there. You start, like, when you start looking at anxiety as just like something you're like, instead of using it like it is as a warning sign, right? And you're just like, it's not real.
Yeah.
I need my anxiety to only focus on me getting work done. The only time I really need to feel sad is when I don't do work.
Yeah.
And the only time I need to feel angry is when something gets in the way of my work.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you start getting...
Yeah, that's some powerful shit up there, dude.
Like, you start getting real master of your mind, but then it becomes, well, how am I handling my emotions with everyone else? You know, when it doesn't have to do with work. It gets real weird. It gets real strange.
Yeah,
you
it's
can't apply
wild,
it the
man.
same. You know.
Yeah,
it's different rules for different ways to apply your emotions.
Yeah,
you know?
it's the mind is a crazy thing, man.
Moldable.
The mind, dude. It's a wild thing.
And everyone's working with a different one. Like, no one's just really the same.
You
It's
said
a
the perfect
wild
example of it, because when you passed out or had having a seizure and then you woke back up, your mind thought you were in a casket
Like
because you were like so
drained.
drained that you were lifeless, and like it probably felt
I
like
just
it,
thought-
everybody looking up.
I thought that because it's like, you know, when you're in a casket and everyone's looking down at you, like, I'm like, why is my whole family here looking down at me?
Right.
I must be dead.
Well, yeah, and you're seeing
Yeah.
a fucking bright light above you
Yep.
because you're in a hospital.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, we should touch base a little bit on like the anxiety shit. Like anxiety's a real fucking thing.
Hell
And a
yeah.
lot of people go through it, especially like a lot of younger kids nowadays
Right.
are going through like some anxiety shit. And I actually went through a crazy phase in high school. I think I was like a sophomore where I would have these crazy anxiety panic attacks so bad, like I couldn't have sleepovers with any friends. Like I'm in high school, dude. I'm supposed to be like a young adult, whatever, and I'm sleeping next to my mom every night.
Right.
Like I would have these really weird panic attacks where I would think that I'm gonna die.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, and it
Impending
was
doom.
all up here.
Yeah.
Be like I would hear my heartbeat and I'm like, holy fuck, am I gonna die? Like,
Right.
my heartbeat's it's beating really fast right now, and then I work myself up and it would just get worse from
Yeah.
there. But anxiety is like, it's a real thing. Like I've gone through it, Trent's gone through
It
it.
was like one of the first things we ever like strongly related on.
Right.
100% while we were making music back in the day.
Yeah, because I
Like-
remember being in his studio one time, and we were friends for a while by then, but like I'm having a panic attack. Ronnie's there, he's there. I went in his back like laundry room, and I'm freaking the fuck out, and I have to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen him have panic attacks, and that's something that we like really gelled with, because like
Yeah.
the way that we both had it was, I had never heard of anyone else having it the way I had it besides you, where it was like like months type thing. Like he couldn't leave the house,
Yeah.
I couldn't leave the house.
Yeah, there was like a 6-month period sophomore year of high school where I slept next to my mom every night on the
Yeah.
living room floor. We'd make like a little bed on the floor, and
Mhm.
I would have to sleep there because I would freak the fuck. I don't know. It was a weird time
Yeah. Yeah.
in my life, and I went through an anxiety phase. And like I said, a lot of kids are going through anxiety nowadays. I mean, a lot of people, not just kids, but it's just sad to see like a lot of kids are going through it. Like, why is a kid having anxiety problems?
It's a social media thing, to be
A
honest.
100%.
It's a
and
social
diet.
media.
and-
Also, we don't know how to talk about it.
Well,
That's
and
also
Yeah.
the big thing.
biggest,
Yeah.
to me, the biggest issue with anxiety is that when it's happening to you, you don't know what the fuck it is, because it feels so much crazier than what you've heard anxiety
Yeah.
be explained
Right.
as. Like, I always thought anxiety was like, I'm just nervous. Like, I didn't know that shit would affect my fucking heart and everything about
Yeah.
my body.
No one told you that, because the feeling that you're gonna die, and they'll call it's the feeling of impending doom, and
Yeah.
it's like that feeling is so existential. Like you're like it's coming, where you start like backing
Yep.
up a
Yeah.
little bit, and it
Yep.
starts coming. You're like, it's about to swallow me. Like you
Literally.
you start feeling like the whole world's just about, like, if you're not looking in a direction, you feel like the void's about to come around your
Literally.
eyes and just
You
take
get that like pit in your stomach, and you're like,
Mhm.
well, I'm about to have an anxiety attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know, I used to be, my freshman year at college, I was horrible. I was really bad with anxiety. I
Yeah.
just big transitionary period, you know, and it was just constantly like I remember, you know, walking to class, and I feel like it would feel like every step would like shake the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just feel like all of a sudden that's what's strange about anxiety, of how much it feels like it alters your surroundings
Yep.
too.
Yeah, like you almost maybe get a little bit like nauseous a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like this weird euphoric feeling where like it doesn't
Feel real.
it feels like you're
Yeah.
living your eyes, like your eyes are living in a movie, but like I can feel my body, but
Dissociating.
it just
Yeah. It's
feels
weird.
fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Derealization.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
because a lot of times people who are experiencing like very frequent panic attacks, adults, kids, whatever, it's not that like they just suddenly had an anxiety attack and that's the only time that they're anxious. It's a
Mhm.
constant higher level stream of anxiety throughout every moment of their life,
Yeah.
of that impending doom, existential doom. And then the moment that they can't push it down and that they're not strong enough to like hold it down is when it
yeah,
reaches that panic point.
100%.
That's how it is for me. It's always been
Yeah.
like that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that I went through that phase. I'm so happy that I went through that.
Yeah.
Those were a long 6 months for me, like, or however long it was. But I'm so happy that I went through that because I got to literally train my mind
Yep.
on how to deal with it. And literally, like, my mindset is like, this shit's not real, dude. Like, go take a walk, take a drink of water. You're fine, dude. Like, it's all up here,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, you freak yourself out. It's crazy. Like, that's why I'm saying the mind's so powerful. Like,
And
I don't know.
there's no real training until you get to there.
Yeah.
And some people, sadly, never figure it out.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, it's
and then the doctor's like, oh, take a couple Xanax. Like,
right.
And that was weird because, you know, my doctor wanted to, at the time, they're like, oh, just take a couple, you know, Xanax or whatever and chill out. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to, like, do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like, me personally, I don't take pills at all.
Right.
I don't take any type of pills. Only if I have an insane, like,
Headache.
migraine,
Yeah.
headache,
Yeah.
maybe I'll take some, like, ibuprofen. But I hate taking pills, like, for, like, long-term, like, problems that
I'm the
shit
same way.
causes. Like, it's like a man-made thing that is,
Right.
like, going into your body and shit. So when I hear the doctor telling me, like, oh, let's give you some Xanax, you'll just chill out, I'm like, I need to switch doctors.
Right.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, because that guy is doing the same thing
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of patients.
Well, yeah,
That's
especially like
wild.
kids. It's like kids. Like
And when a kid hears that, you know what a kid hears when a doctor says, "Oh, you're like freaking out. Take this medicine."
Yeah.
They hear you don't want to listen to what I have to say, why I'm
Yeah.
upset, why I'm
Mhm.
freaking out.
100%.
You tell that to like 100,000 kids in a country, you're gonna have
Oh,
some
so
real fucking
yeah.
problems.
You immediately tell kids, "Oh, you feel sad? Grab something.
Yeah.
Whatever near you.
Take
Yeah,
the,
I
you know,
mean-
take the thing that's gonna push it away.
Why they pills?
Yeah.
Start drinking."
I mean, dude, the
Yeah,
biggest
for
fucking
real.
pandemic we're in right now is the drug pandemic. So the pill pandemic is the
Right.
biggest pandemic in
Yeah.
America right now. And
Oh,
it's because of things like that. People think that they need to rely on stuff like that. And if
Yeah.
it works for you, it works for you. But I don't think
Problem is, though,
I don't think it should be relied on.
yeah, problem is, though, is you go to this, let's say Xanax, to help you with your problems. Are you gonna have to go to this Xanax for the rest of your life?
Mhm.
Right.
How are you gonna get off of it?
Right.
You know, you can't go through that natural feeling of teaching your mind on how to deal with this anxiety. You have to instantly say, I have an anxiety attack, I'm gonna pop a Xanax
Mhm.
and
Right.
I'm gonna feel better and I'm gonna solve my problems.
Right.
You know, it's a
'Cause you
weird
ca-
thing.
It's not really as beneficial to solve the problems when you just take something to make the anxiety go away.
Yeah, it's like a temporary, it's like you're temporarily solving this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like
hiding it.
long term, like how are you gonna get off of these drugs?
Yeah.
You know, like you can't. You're gonna start going through withdrawals and shit.
Yeah.
Especially, it's gonna make your anxiety worse.
I had
You know.
That withdrawals do make anxiety really bad.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah,
then
what-
at some point you're gonna need to up the dosage and up the
Yeah.
dosage.
Yeah, it's just a fucking.
my freshman year was the first time that like my depression and anxiety was starting to become unbearable.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to balance it anymore.
Yeah.
So I was seeing a psychiatrist, and it was the first time I ever had SSRIs. Now,
Mhm.
I've always been in the artist mindset. You know what I mean? I started taking them. They started me on one. They didn't really work. I switched to another one, and my brain went numb. Like literally, like I was trying to write, and I couldn't be creative. I
Yeah.
wasn't expressive. It was just like sedated. Like
Yeah.
they're like, you need to feel better. Put it in you.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was just, I think I was home for a winter break, and I was remember I was home alone, and I was just like, I was so mad because I was just like, I hate looking at these and I hate feeling the way I do. And I remember I stopped taking them completely,
Mhm.
which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah,
And
you gotta like slowly ease your
Yeah.
way off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the next day I was sitting in my living room, and my dad went to go pick up my little sister from school. I was just watching TV. I stood up. I swear to you, the whole room started spinning. Like
Yep.
just going. And I was just like, I got super nauseous. I got sick. And I
It's because your body needed that medicine.
Yeah.
Literally.
I ran into my room and I remember I like cut one of them in half because I was like, I'm not going to take the full thing, but like there's something going on that I got to stop right now.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was like I finally like chilled out. I remember like laying in my bed and sinking into my bed, and it was horrible. Like my mind could not get a grip on reality for like 15 minutes straight.
Yeah. But that's a long 15
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly.
When you're in that,
Yeah.
it feels like hours. Like, when
Hours.
is this going to stop?
You think you're there
Yeah.
forever. You think this is my life now. And then you start thinking, then the anxiety comes in. You're like, I'm crazy now. You're like, I'm never going to see reality normal again.
Yeah.
Never going to be able to communicate normally again.
Yeah.
And it's like finally like it's like it kicked in and everything slowed down, and I was just like super freaked out. I told my dad about it, and I was just like I know I stopped taking them right then and there. I'm like, this is not the right path for me. Everyone's a little different.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's mind works. I know I have very close friends who have BPD, where it's like they got to take medication. You know, everyone
Yeah.
you got to
100%.
you got to understand your position,
Yeah.
right? But if you are, if you're not privileged enough to not have anxiety problems, but you are privileged enough to wean yourself off of, the pills and figure out stuff, do it.
Yeah.
Like give it a good, honest try, because like working out, a good diet, drinking more water and getting the right sleep, and also having the right loved ones around you
100%.
is a way better life.
Way better life.
Way better life than just like, that's also the thing that annoys me, because there's plenty of people who are given those little pills, and it's like you look at them, they're like, I feel like nobody loves me, and it's like, well, what do you do? Like you treat yourself like someone hates you. You don't even love yourself. Of course you don't love yourself. You don't treat yourself like you love yourself.
Yeah.
You throw your love. You treat everyone else with love sometimes, but it's like, how are you feeding yourself? Well, like, I'm drinking soda all the time. I'm staying up till 2 a.m. I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. I'm just fucking off. I'm not taking life seriously. It's like, well, you don't even love yourself.
Yeah.
And it's, a doctor is not going to sit down and have that conversation with you.
No.
They're just not.
A certain kind of
they're gonna-
doctor will, but like it takes a few sessions to get there.
100%.
It should only take one.
It's not going to be the doctor you go to a physical for.
That's why people listen to podcasts. We have all the answers.
No.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, no, I wanted to touch base on that anxiety shit, because that's like a real thing.
For sure.
And
it's something that affects clearly everyone here.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a real fucking thing. I feel like you just got to go through it and learn how to mentally, like, tell yourself it's not real, I guess.
Or it's gonna be
everybody's got their own ways of, helping anxiety be better.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like, but it's sad to see like a bunch of like young kids are having anxiety.
Yeah.
It's sad.
That's
to
why
see.
what you do is really, I think, helping that. Like you do a lot of benefits in games with youth.
Yeah.
Because like athletics is like one of the biggest ways to improve somebody's physical and mental health. So I feel like maybe that's something that might help you see it. Or help people see that.
100%. Yeah, that's why we try to, every video we do, we try to just spread that positive message with it. Yeah.
For sure.
I want to hear some. You wanted to tell some stories. I don't know. Did you want to get into any more crazy stuff?
So many stories. Dude.
What we at time?
We're at like an hour and a half, so yeah, we should say like another half hour.
We're good. Yeah,
Start
we're good.
wrapping it up.
I got new SD cards today.
Okay, what's the cap on the longest podcast you've done?
This is already the longest.
We broke it, I think.
Dude.
Nah, didn't we? We did a long one with the audio only, way back in the day.
I don't think we have enough SD space. No, I think 2
We don't have enough SD space
hours
to
is the
break that.
longest. 2 hours is the longest.
Okay. We might fucking break that.
We can go up to like 220, 215.
I know what your price is like.
Be safe.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll keep it
We're
safe.
good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
We can
Try to
always do a
reach
part 2
2.
when this does 10 billion views or something.
That'd be fine. 10 billion.
Yeah, the TikTok's about to go off.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, tell us some stories.
Man, I mean, shit. So many stories, man.
You got Floyd. You got... What's another crazy story? Floyd's tell the Floyd story.
The Chief Keef one was crazy.
Oh, that one's crazy too. In recent, I say you tell the Chief Keef story, then we go to Floyd, because I think the Floyd story is ridiculous.
It is, but I'm just trying to think of what else I got. I don't know. Can you guys think of anything?
Hello, audience.
I got to take a piss.
All right, Chief Keef went after Cade goes pee. This will
Chief
be this.
Keef.
This seems like it'll be
What
cut out.
else? The
Already
Drake
told Drake.
story.
Touched
Told
on
Drake.
Drake.
Touched on Drake a little bit.
Anywhere it's like a situation that just got way out of hand, you know, just like not by anyone's fault really, but it just got so out of hand.
Honestly, we do a pretty good job of like keeping the right people around us so
Yeah,
that nothing
okay.
does get out of hand.
For
Like
sure.
we don't.
That's good.
He usually won't go out without like a lot of people around him to make sure everything's cool and everything because
And
like
vetting those people, knowing those
Yeah,
people.
no.
deep,
When
yeah.
when I'm popping out, we're rolling deep.
yeah,
For
because
sure.
like you never know. There's haters and shit, and you gotta keep it safe because
There's always someone out there that like has nothing to lose. You know,
yeah,
that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care. Like,
yeah, and you
I'm
can
gonna go fuck with this kid and film him, film me fucking with him or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean there's like weird like small weird shit like someone will like. If we're doing a layup or some shit, some kid will film us at the Recplex and be like, dude, this took him hella tries. And it's like, did
Yeah.
anyone genuinely think this took 2 tries? No, of course not.
Yeah.
We work very hard on these.
Exposed.
Exactly. It's like things that are very obviously like things that we have to work hard on. So it's
Yeah.
like, who the fuck you, kid. But
yeah.
I've been thinking that same thing about keeping people around me who are reliable,
Yeah.
you know, trustworthy. Because
Bro.
we go to bars still sometimes, like with like you know Ethan and like Tyler and Calvin and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like, but a lot of the stories that we've told on this podcast come from insane, destructive people that we've encountered at bars.
Yeah, dude.
who
And
just ruined our night.
to be honest, I've in my life, I've had people definitely come and go, dude. Like, people try to come around because you're popping and they want to try to start hopping in videos. They want to start being around you to benefit themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they act like they're not trying to do that, but when they really are. And there's been people like I've been good friends with that I had to like completely cut off and get out of my life to move on to the next chapter, like for real. And it's very important to have the right people around you. I personally hate when I have somebody negative around me. I hate it. Like, get away from me.
It's draining.
yeah,
Like,
and it's
get
so
away
draining.
from me, dude. Like, why are you even by me with that negative shit? Like,
and you have to have this balance of
Yeah.
like having these people that aren't negative, but also not having these people that are gonna tell you everything that you do is right, and having people
Yeah.
that are gonna let you know, like, yo, like
100%.
this is something you shouldn't do.
100%.
That's a very hard thing to do too if you're in this position.
I have people around me that will tell me, like, bro, don't fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a bad idea. Like, I do. Like, I got my boy Ronnie. He makes sure everything goes smooth. Sergio makes sure everything goes smooth. Even Trent is like, all the time. You can't have a bunch of friends that are like, yes, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's very important. If someone says fucking yes to everything that you're doing, keep an eye on 'em.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We
Right.
fight like every day.
We fight almost every day. Or like a little thing that just happens where like we disagree.
Oh, why is there a dog? Why is there
Holy
a dog?
shit.
Hey, sweetheart.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
What's up, pup?
Hello, Sophie.
this is
Sophie
legendary.
is on the Tipped and Stiff
Oh yeah,
podcast.
Sophie. Sophie's
What's up,
debut.
I
How
think
you
Case is
doing?
in there, maybe.
What's going on? Dude, it's like my twin.
What's up, Jared?
It's an albino golden retriever.
Sophie.
He
Sophie.
said, I didn't realize you were doing a podcast, man.
What the hell?
Oh my.
That was
Dude,
probably
it's fucking Air Bud. Dude.
It's
hell
so
yeah.
fitting. It's so
Do a
funny.
video real fast.
Hell yeah.
With the air, dude,
basketball?
imagine trying.
Do a little trick shot.
Oh,
real
that
quick.
just reminded me something too. That's really cool that I could talk about.
That was
Yeah.
wild.
This dog just came in. You know what I'm saying? Just reminded me. I'm the first person in the world
I know what you're gonna say.
to spin a basketball on a chimpanzee's finger. I'm the first person in the fucking universe.
Bryce, pull that one up.
I swear, you gotta
What?
pull that one up. I swear.
How do you know you're the first person to do that?
No, who else is doing that? The first
Look it up.
I've never
Dude,
seen another
people
video.
in countries where, like, where
chimpanzees
chimps
are
just
readily available.
running around.
Okay,
and, like,
I'm the first
basketballs
person
and
to
stuff.
ever film it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
fair.
no,
That's
no.
very fair. They should have filmed
No
it.
one else has spun a ball on a
Look
chimp.
at this shit, dude.
Where was this at?
This is at, dude. Hold on, pause this video for a sec. This was at the place where they did that Netflix series
Tiger
about
King.
Tiger King.
Oh, really?
I went
Nice.
there before they did the whole thing about it,
Oh,
Cool.
and that shit was dope as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
But he wasn't at the Joe Exotic's place. It was the other person's.
Yeah,
right.
no, it was this place in.
Oh, dude, this is that guy. Yeah, the guy
yeah.
from that. That fucking
yeah, they're
weirdo.
dude. I don't know. They were cool people
They
to
were-
me. Look at this shit. I'm like, dude, I'm thinking in my head right now, like, can I do this right now?
Is there audio, Bryce?
Oh yeah.
Hold it, maybe. He may have to do the balance. Sagriva, can you balance that?
Sagriva.
Whoa.
Dude.
Hey.
Look at
Yeah.
the ape though, dude. He's like,
holy shit.
He's like,
oh my gosh, and he gives me a hug, dude. I
You
swear.
gotta keep that balance. You stay right
Dude,
there.
Sagriva is a famous chimp too.
One of the smartest chimps in the world right here.
That is crazy.
Look at this dude. This is a chimpanzee.
shit was
Look,
going.
gives me a hug. Dude.
Aww.
Dude, tell me that motherfucker's not just a human with a lot of hair.
Chimp, save the world.
Look at that.
Looking. Hey,
Do it again.
Sagriva.
They
Sagriva.
are,
I got it.
like-
What's up, everybody? It's your boy T Jass.
That's- that's-
boy Sagriva.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Hell yeah.
That's so cool.
Like, dude, this is that chimp right there though is like he wakes up every morning and like makes coffee.
What?
The chimpanzee makes coffee.
The chimpanzee wakes up with Cody, I think his name is, and they make coffee like dead ass. Like it's so smart. It's
Dude,
crazy.
It's a world
There's no
famous.
way the
it's-
chimpanzee
No,
makes-
that is a smart. Like I think
Is
it,
it?
like I think
Is
it
it
like
telling you?
will hold the steering wheel like in the golf carts and shit too. Like it is
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is an
Yeah,
extremely
it's,
smart one.
I know that chimpanzees usually for animals are very intelligent,
Yeah.
and I know there is like some out there that are like on the outlier of it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you
They're
can't go in the fucking wild and say, "Hey, let's make some coffee." with
No,
this
that one's very
chimpanzee.
domesticated. Not super domesticated, but like has been taught lessons.
So yeah,
has been-
that
that's
chimp
so
right there
crazy,
grew up
though.
like in an actual household with
Right.
humans
Right.
from a young,
Yeah, it was a little baby.
yeah, like a little baby. So it's like learned a lot of like humanly things.
How to put the Keurig cup.
I swear, dude.
That's
I
monkey
swear.
jazz.
You
Monkey
imagine-
jazz.
Dude, the chimpanzee, like when the grandparents come over, they're like, "How do we put on Netflix?" And chimpanzee just got it.
Yeah.
Smart remote and everything,
Yeah.
just killing it.
Chimps
No,
are
but
evolving.
yeah,
They're evolving. dude.
sorry, the dog came in. I'm like, that's another story we could talk about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm the first person to ever do it, but I'm definitely the first person to ever film a video doing it and post it.
I'm betting first on
I would
everything.
say first.
I'm
too.
saying first on everything.
Who knows, man?
Because my thought is, in a country where they would regularly see a chimpanzee, they probably don't have a basketball at the ready.
Yeah, like I literally
There's soccer
brought.
balls a lot of times. No, like soccer's bigger in like Africa and Europe.
Soccer
and
doesn't
stuff.
count.
Yeah,
What's
you
the
don't
Chief
need a
Keef
spinner.
story?
Oh yeah, let's hear about
we,
you.
we,
Oh.
Chief Keef or Floyd if we have time for both.
the Chief Keef story. I'll do the Floyd story first.
Hell yeah.
because that was
I like that.
that happened first. So a couple years back, and I was just thinking too, like I got like stories with like Tyga and Marshmello like at their penthouse suite after their show. Like, dude, we might have to do a part 2 podcast,
Yeah.
bro.
We can.
I have so many wild stories that like I just can't think of right now. But so anyways, I'm in LA. I got invited to play in Quavo's celebrity basketball game.
Okay.
And it is A-list celebrities. Like, I don't know how I got involved in this shit. Like, I'm not like, and I'm not
Felt out
nothing.
of place.
I'm not
a little
nothing
bit.
like special. So I'm going to this game. I pull up. Jake Paul, Logan Paul pull up next to me.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Snoop Dogg.
Dizzle. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg's in here. I got an and one on Snoop Dogg, actually. I went up for a layup. Boom. Got an and one on him. And then Floyd was playing. Diplo. I really can't remember. Anyways, a bunch of celebrities. And Floyd was on the other team, actually. So, bro, this story is so legendary. This is insane. So after the game, well, actually in the game, I blocked his shot like really bad. And he was like, "What the hell?" And then I was kind of getting buckets, like a little bit, like showing off a little bit, doing my thing. And after the game, I go up to Floyd in the locker room. I'm like, "Hey, man, do you think I could like get a picture with you, man? Like, you're a fucking legend." And he's like, "Hell yeah." He turns around, he tells his assistant, he's like, "Get this kid's phone number right now." He's like, I need you like later this week for something." And I'm thinking like, what? I'm like, fuck it. Here's my number. And anyways, took the picture with him, and that was that. He took my number at the end of the celebrity game. So a few days go by, and like I forgot that I had given him I didn't know what he wanted my number for. And I'm chilling at one of my buddies' cribs. It's a two hype house, but it's their new house. And my phone's ringing from a random number, and I'm like, oh, it's probably someone that found my number. They're just calling me because my phone has been leaked before, and that was hell. But I'm like, someone just calling me, whatever. So I leave my phone sitting there. I think I like got up to go to the bathroom or something. I come back. There's a text message. It says, "Yo, it's Floyd. Answer the phone." And I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Like, Floyd fucking Mayweather.
He's demanding that you answer the phone, and it's that motherfucker. Yeah.
You should answer the phone.
Yeah, so I answer it, and he's like, "Yo, we got a private hoop session tonight. I need you there. I'm texting the address." I'm like, all right, bet. So I hang up the phone. I'm like, holy shit. I'm about to go hoop with Floyd tonight. Let's get it. So anyways, sends the address. Later that night, I go to this like really rich area in Los Angeles. Didn't even know where I was at. And I walk in the gym. Floyd's not there yet, but there's a bunch of like guys shooting around and shit with like jerseys on. And I'm like, what the hell's going on in here? So Floyd walks in with his entourage, and he's like, "Yo, we're about to run fives." He's like, "I need you to go crazy." I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So come to find out, we're playing against a bunch of like really rich jeweler guys. Like,
Right.
and they're playing basketball so well, like they were like running an offense against us. Like,
right.
Like, do these guys practice? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, we're just playing pickup. So anyways, we're playing, and this team just keeps beating us, dude. Like,
Right.
keeps beating us. I think we got a couple W's, but they got more wins than we did, for sure. And come to find out that we're playing like 5-on-5 pickup games for like serious money.
Oh,
like
I was
serious
waiting
money.
for it to get there. Yeah.
I had no idea. If I believe correctly, like if I remember correct, we were playing every game for $250,000.
Wow.
Like,
dropping bags of money, yeah.
like each game,
You're right.
and we might have played like 5 games. You know, so
There's a country out there that's their GDP.
dude, like I I didn't even know until after, so after we're done hooping, Floyd's like, yo, T, come over here. He's like, thanks for playing or whatever. I'm like, dude, thanks for having me. And he's like, come over here. So we go over by his bag. He's got this Louis duffel bag filled to the top. You zip it open, bag opens, straight hundreds, cash, the whole bag. And he pulls out a band. He's like, gives me $1,000.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather gives me $1,000 cash, and he says, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
And
Just pats you on the ass and sends you on your way. That's fucking incredible.
Nah, he also
Fucking incredible.
he
That's
also
insanity.
made you take out your phone and film that video.
Yeah, so I did a little video with him too. And I was like, I'm here with my boy Floyd Mayweather. Like, I'm taking like a selfie video.
Mhm.
And he's like, follow this kid on Instagram. Follow this kid on all his social medias. It's up somewhere if you want to pull it up.
Oh yeah,
I think I posted a YouTube short. You could just probably look up Tristan Jass, Floyd Mayweather. But he's like, you got to hear what he says, dude. It's funny.
is he a nice guy in person?
Nice guy in person.
Nice guy?
Genuine guy in person.
That's cool. That's
Super dope. You know, and it's crazy because I've met a lot of people, dude, that people think aren't cool. But
Twitter.
maybe full screen it.
Go.
Can we hear?
Out here with my boy, man.
What's up?
What just happened, man? We're hooping?
You know, don't worry. At the end of the day, we got the money. We got the money. Money me all day. Follow his YouTube. Follow his movement. Follow all the social media pages. My boy Cole, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
Come on, now. You know how we do. Money me all day.
Money made all day, my man. Out here, money made all day. He didn't give a fuck that he might have just lost like $500K, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, we got the money.
We got the money.
We got the money.
He still
And
gave you 1,000.
I forgot the best fucking part of the story, dude. One of the most motivational things I've ever heard in my life. This dude Floyd calls a timeout in the middle of a pickup 5v5 game. Like, nobody does that.
Nah. What the fuck?
And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, get in here. And we were like losing to these guys. And he goes, if there's one thing I know how to do, he's like, I know how to win. He's like, I'm 50-0. He's like, we're going to go out there and we're going to bust their fucking ass. And I'm just like, wow. I'm sitting there like soaking it up. Like, he's fucking 50-0.
Yeah.
He does know how to win.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
This guy's on to something.
I'm like, I'm sitting there like, holy shit, I wish I could have fucking filmed this. Like, this is gonna be like in a memory card in my brain. Like, I can replay it, but no one else is gonna hear or see what the
Right.
hell I just saw. And that was like one of the most motivational things I've ever seen, bro.
And you were just playing against just some like rich kid, like billionaire kids of billionaires just going at it.
Yeah, I think they were like jewelers,
Okay.
like diamonds and jewelry and stuff.
Right.
Like big out there in like Beverly Hills or something. I don't know where we were
as
at.
people. Uncut. You ever see the Uncut Gems movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those kind of
They
people.
got mines.
Yeah, it was
Rubies.
so that's the Floyd Mayweather story.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
It's wild.
That is.
It's a weird fucking
It's
life,
a good
eh?
story. It's a weird life. It's a weird life.
And then we.
And you're just like sitting here.
Like, how
you're
the
just like
how, like-
around. You're just hanging around.
Dude, like, how does that shit happen?
Magic.
It's funny hearing that story now. Like, I mean, that's a wild story.
Yeah.
And like, I think like a year, maybe 2 years ago, I don't know. I was like in the Burger King drive-thru, and I was behind you. And
Really?
Because I remember like seeing.
He remembers he was behind me.
I was like,
lit.
wait a second. I was like, wait. I'm just like behind Tristan Jass in the Burger King drive-thru. This is fucking just another day here.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
dude.
made me
and-
realize Kenosha's fucking weird. You know, just you'll run into anybody.
dude,
and anybody could be anybody.
You know, it's like, it's weird because I still live here, dude, full
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
My whole family's here. I care about my family so much. Like, my whole family's here. I'm not gonna move out to LA and leave them, you know.
Right.
That's one thing that's very important to me is family.
That's great, and that's awesome. That's good, and I think that's good for people to hear, because it just shows that you're very genuine and you care about the things that are important, that are real in real life.
Humble beginnings, man. I really came from like, I had great parents growing up. Still have great parents.
Mm-hmm.
But my pops taught me a lot, like how to remain humble at an early age, no matter what, and. Yeah, so I'm still. It's funny because I'll be out and people be like, "Oh, how do you like living in LA?" I'm like, "What?
Right.
I don't live in LA."
Right.
People around here think you live in LA.
Dude, so many people think I live in LA.
People think I live in LA, so I know they do with him.
Is it better that they believe that?
I just let the people believe what they want to believe.
Yeah, let the mystery make
let
itself.
them have their fun.
Yeah, for real. So
Truth will be revealed.
If they really want to know the whole story, they could just watch the Tips and Stiff podcast.
Yeah.
the
Really
Tip and Stiff podcast, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
We got the money.
We got the money.
Yeah, we got the money over
We
here.
got the money.
You want to do a part 2? I think if you got more stuff to tell, you could fucking come
We
back.
can play. We'll figure it out.
We can figure it out.
What time are we at now?
Yeah, what are we at?
We're at 2 hours.
Oh, we did.
So we got like 20 more minutes.
Like
For the steep
risky, another risky
could-
20 minutes.
You could like wrap it up with the Chief Keef story and like,
Okay.
go out
Alright.
on a bang.
All right, so for everybody out there watching this video, I'll wrap it up with one more crazy story. But if you guys want me to come back for a part 2, if you made it this far in the video, I need this video to get like 1,000 likes. You know what I'm saying? Get this to 1,000 likes. I got so much more crazy shit that I think you guys are gonna want to hear. So this is one of them. So it's the last story of the night. I'm in Philly doing this little promotional event for this new Adam Sandler movie coming out. It's about basketball. Great movie. It's out on Netflix. It's called Hustle. And it's kind of fucked up because I was supposed to be in the movie. They hit me up to do a little cameo like a while back, and they ended up not letting me do it because I wasn't vaccinated. Because when you're on these big sets and shit, they want everyone to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Delays production if someone's sick.
Yeah, so they didn't let me do it because of that. So anyways, I'm in Philly doing this promotional thing for this new movie, Hustle. Adam Sandler's in it. I'm in Philly for 2 days. And it's me and my cameraman. We're walking downtown Philly. And this is the most, this might be top 1 most randomest things that have ever happened to me in my entire life. Like, dead ass. I'm walking downtown Philly, and we're going to get some food. And I got my AirPods in. I'm strolling down the street, just like vibing. I've never been to Philly before. And we stopped to get some food at this mall. And I'm about to start eating food, and I'm pulling up my Instagram, and I swipe over to check my DMs.
You were on FaceTime with me.
I was?
You were on and you were like, bro, I just got a DM from Chief Keef. And I was like, what the fuck?
Was I like, dude, I got to call you back?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't even remember that, but that's legendary. So I check my Instagram DMs, and the top one says Chief Keef. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, somebody changed their name to Chief Keef and is trying to message me, so I open it. People do that shit all the time. So I open it, and it's him. And it says, yo, dude, you didn't hear me calling your fucking name? I was just yelling at you. And I'm like, wait, is this, like, what? What do you mean? Like, but then below that is one of those, like, Snapchat videos that you can send over Instagram DM.
Yeah.
So I click on the fucking video, and it's a video that Chief Keef took. It's a video of me walking in downtown Philly. I swear to God. And he's like, Tristan! He's yelling my name. And I'm just like, listening to music, like jigging, bro, like walking, vibing.
Yeah.
Had music on full blast, didn't hear him. So I'm like, there's no way this is real right here, bro. So I hit him back. I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, where you at? I'm gonna pull up on you. So we thought it'd be smart to go back to the hotel, get the camera, and then go. So we went back to the hotel, grabbed the camera, and we pulled up to where he was at in his car. And I pull up, and like, you guys gotta understand, like, Chief Keef like changed music,
Right.
like drill music.
Yeah. Yeah. Huge.
Like, he is like a god.
Yeah. Legend.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been listening to his music for so long. Like, I was in middle school banging his music, dude. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I pull up on him, and he's telling me, he's like, I know we've never met before, but he's like, I knew that was you. And I was like, thinking in my head, like, what? Like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I swear, like, I know we don't know each other, but like, I knew that was you. Like, I've seen you on Instagram, I've seen your videos and stuff. He's like, I knew it was you. He's like, it sounds crazy, but I knew it was you. And he's like, I was calling your name. I was like, dude, I had my AirPods in, I didn't hear you. So anyways, his boy, and he's with all his homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ball Out and WAP, like, they're all cool people. And WAP's like, yo, could you get a gym for us tonight to hoop? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm in Philly for the first time. I don't know anybody out here with gyms. Like, usually in different cities, I know people that have gyms and shit that we can pull up to film videos. I know 0 people in Philadelphia.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
It's my first time in Philly. And meanwhile, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, how the hell am I in Philly and Chief Keef is in Philly at the same damn time?
Right.
We were in Philly for the same 2 days. Like,
Right.
how the hell does that happen? And how do I just randomly walk past him?
And he takes a video of you just screaming
Just
at you.
dancing, screaming at you while you're dancing.
Or just
Like,
vibing
Were
to
you
it.
able to find a gym? Like, could you
Yeah.
you know how to ask somebody?
Oh yeah. So
You
I
can
started
post a
hitting
gym.
people up, and we got a gym. It was like $150 for an hour. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll rent this bitch out
Nice.
for 3 hours, and we're gonna get some content. So they pull up, I pull up. I don't know if you guys know who Nar is, Lil Nar. He's an artist that just signed to Chief Keef's new record label, actually. He's a good friend of mine as well. I told him, I was like, yo, you still in Philly? He literally just had his flight get canceled, and he was still in Philly. So he's
Wow.
like, I'm going to pull up to the gym. So he pulls up, and we're just like filming videos and shit, and it was like, dude, Chief Keef doesn't do that shit.
No.
He doesn't. He gets offered probably millions of dollars to do interviews, podcasts, whatever. You don't see Chief Keef doing shit like that.
No, you don't.
And like, I fuck with him heavy for like kicking it with me, you know, like taking the time out of his day to come to the gym, pull up. I was showing him all my crazy trick shots that I could do, like, and I was showing him in real life, and he was like mind blown.
Right.
And it's like I said, like, he doesn't do this shit. He chills at his crib in, you know, Cali, and he doesn't do any of this shit, dude. So for him to like do that was like,
Yeah, that's cool.
insane.
Yeah.
You got a little window into your world,
Yeah,
as much as you got one into his.
100%. And we ended up like just hanging out for a couple hours that night, hooping, like shooting around, played a little football on the turf field that was in there, like just shot the shit all night, and got to get really, really like tight with him and his boys. And it was like, this is crazy. That's the Chief Keef story.
That's great.
That's a beautiful story, to be honest. As
Yeah.
funny as it is with like the filming and shit, like that's like a genuinely
Yeah.
the reality of like, yeah, wholesome reality of like meeting your idols or celebrities.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, for sure. And it's like, it's so weird to me how I was in the right place at the right time,
For sure.
and how it unfolded.
Yeah, like if you were one block over, that just wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
If you weren't
the
hungry.
universe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally
It's
as simple as that.
I had no idea he was in Philly either,
right.
That's so
you know?
crazy.
For sure.
Maybe
So
you should
that's-
walk around with AirPods and not, you know,
Fuck it. In every
Yeah.
city.
in every
Yeah, in
city.
every
just
city.
like just mosey about, man.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
shit. energy.
LeBron James.
Yep. That's it.
Well, we have reached that time
Yeah.
Tristan, where can we find you?
Man, you could find me anywhere, man.
Anywhere.
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat,
Everywhere.
Kick, MySpace,
MySpace,
Skype.
AOL,
Omegle.
Webkins,
all of it.
Webkins.
Webkins Club.
Nah, but yeah,
Pop
it's just
Tropica.
search me up, Tristan Jass. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for having me, dude.
Thank you for coming
Like,
on.
for real.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like I fuck with you guys super heavy.
Thank you.
Like you guys are doing this. This is the 74th podcast that you guys are doing, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's legit.
It's a lot of hours.
A lot of hours.
A lot of hours, but you guys are fucking like really doing this shit.
Yeah.
There's a
you.
there's a statistic that most podcasts only make it to episode 7 because people just give up. So 74 is crazy.
No, respect to you guys.
Thank you.
For real, for real.
And it was really cool. Thank you for having thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for coming on. It was
Yeah.
cool.
You
Hell
gave
yeah.
a lot of
Sure.
a lot of information that people probably just don't know about you. It
That was cool.
painted a good picture.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
And we still got a lot more information, and you guys will figure that out on part.
Yeah, let us
2.
know.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Where can we find you?
Look me up on
Spotify.
Spotify,
Apple
Young
Music.
Trench, Apple
Stream
Music,
Blizzard.
Young Trench,
Stream Blizzard.
also Webkins, Young Trench,
Spell it out.
YUNGTRENCH. Find me in Ronnie's bedroom. So yeah.
All right.
Ronnie's bedroom. What?
Yeah.
Well,
Out of everything, why that?
That's for
I'm
them.
about to
That's
do
for
Bryce.
them to decide.
After this.
No, keep going. We're good.
okay.
All right.
It's for the viewer to decide.
Yeah, it's for the
What's
viewer.
going on there.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please check out www.ikenosha.com for helping us out with the studio space. Please check out That's a Beauty Production for helping us with the setup here. And thank you, Bryce, for joining us today.
Thank you, Bryce.
Thanks, Bryce.
As
Fucking-
always.
Fuck with you, bro.
And
Fuck with you too.
please check us out on everything. Tipped and Step Podcast, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, your local federal prison.
And at Fex Bar on some nights where they're making a scene.
Anywhere and anywhere. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. And goodbye.
Thank you.